Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my podcast. I'm Em. Today's episode is going to be about All American Season 5, Episode 4, and I'm just going to skip right into it because a lot happened in last night's episode, so I'm just going to start. And the first thing I want to talk about was the opening scene with, showed Spencer in his bed, and him, Coop calling him and going to get the parents who were in jail, which... Of course, I would have probably cared about the fact that the parents were in jail if I did not see a girl in Spencer's bed, because I didn't know, of course, no one knew, I think, that they were going to do the one day earlier thing. I thought the episode was starting there and just going to keep moving forward, and it was stressing me out because I couldn't get my mind off the fact that there was a girl in Spencer's bed, and I was worried it wasn't Olivia, and I was, stressing out until they said the one day earlier thing. I started to relax and actually enjoy the episode because I was, of course, just stressing out. I thought it was Alicia. I think that's her name. I thought it was Alicia from The Wedding Shop. But then I also thought that would be kind of too soon for them to already be hooking up. But in the show, people do move pretty fast in relationships sometimes. Or they just hook up with people, So I kind of thought maybe that was her. But I'm really happy it's not. When they said it the one day earlier, when it said that, I knew that was going to be Olivia. That's when it hit me. And I'm like, okay, it's 100% going to be her because of the scenes we saw. And I know a lot of people on Twitter were saying that it's not Olivia and they're just baiting us. But, of course, me being the dumb person I am, I refuse to believe that I'm being baited or any of us are in this show. And so I always just assume that we're gonna get a kiss or they're gonna hook up, even though I'm wrong a lot, because I thought they were gonna kiss in episode 3. I'm not sure why I thought that. I'm just so fucking stupid. I just assumed that they were, even though people were saying they weren't going to, and I knew that. When I set my mind on something with a show, you can't change my mind about it. If I think it's going to happen or if I want it to happen, I'm going to be saying that till the day it happens. So, yeah, that was a fun opening. That was stressful as fuck because I went on Twitter to see what people were talking about after that first opening scene, and everyone was talking about the girl and trying to figure out who it was, and I don't blame them. That's such a big deal. Because if we saw Spencer hook up with someone, it was someone else, I would die because we've never seen that with Spencer. We've seen Jordan hook up with random girls. JJ obviously has. I think Asher has as well. But we've never seen Spencer. I know he's probably done it, but we've never actually seen him hook up with a random girl. Or just have one hookup and not be in an official relationship so far this season. Or just in general. But I might be wrong. I might be forgetting something. I hope I'm not. Anyways, then with the adults in jail for the beginning, I didn't really care, of course, because of the Spencer girl thing. But, of course, I was confused why the fuck they got in jail. Because Grace seems like the person who wouldn't get in jail. I don't know. I just feel like she's the person who has it together, so I never thought that would happen. Also, Laura is a lawyer, so I just thought it was weird that she got in jail at this beginning. But of course, we know they were drunk. Their bachelorette party kind of went off the rails. Them stealing a sign as well. That was just so weird. But I loved the bachelorette party. I really did like seeing all the adults together. Well, the women. But I loved that because I really love Denise. I'm happy we're seeing a bit more of her, or this is our first time seeing her this season, but I'm happy she came back and she was a part of it because I kind of did forget that Grace and Denise have known each other for a really long time until she started doing her speech and everything. But I really liked Laura and Denise putting that together and taking her away from family night and did the bachelorette party. It was really sweet. But that Reese girl, or Grace's little sister, she pissed me off so much this whole episode, and she got better, of course. Her speech at the wedding was nice, and they kind of are better now and on better terms, but throughout the whole episode, until then, she pissed me off so much. She was just giving so much attitude, and she just seems like a bad sister. She seems like a shit sister because she was never around. We know that now, and I kind of figured that out when she showed up because we've never seen her, and I don't think they've ever brought it up. If they did, I completely forgot Grace had a sister, but I'm happy Grace put her in her place so many times. It was like telling her that she like never was around. She missed Spencer's graduation, Dylan's birthday, and there were some other things she missed too. And she was like, oh, I got them gifts, they liked it, but it means a lot more to a person if you're actually there, and she needs to realize that gifts aren't gonna cut it. For some people it might, but for siblings it shouldn't. You should be there for your nieces and nephews, and not just give them gifts if you miss a big day. It just pissed me off. And her attitude throughout the whole night, getting annoyed about how she cried over I think she cried, or just got excited and emotional over that car or truck toy that Denise and Laura got her, and then Reese got her a really expensive necklace. But, of course, to Grace, it doesn't matter how expensive or nice it is. She wants something that has meaning behind it, I'm guessing. Of course, I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I kind of got from that whole scene. And she got upset about it, but she's got to understand, not everyone is going to love a really expensive gift. Some people are going to want something that has meaning and isn't just pretty to look at and expensive. Because, of course, with the truck, I didn't understand it at first because maybe it was obvious for some people. I don't know why I didn't think of it if it was. But, of course, that's when D'Angelo, I'm pretty sure, made his first move. I think that's what they said. And she's getting married to him tomorrow. So, of course, that was a good gift to give Grace. Of course, the necklace was gorgeous. It was. And it was a nice gift. But she got so upset over her not liking the gift as much as she liked Laura's and Denise's. And so she, got pissed off and stuff. I'm that whole thing made me so upset because she's just got to get in her head that they're not as close as they used to be. And, of course, she's been gone for so long and hasn't seen her, hasn't talked to her, I'm pretty sure. Maybe they have talked a little bit, I'm not sure. But she's not going to be all happy to see you. She's probably going to be pissed off. She's going to be annoyed you missed a lot of big things in their life. So I'm with Grace on that. I really think Grace wasn't doing the right thing, and I would have gotten pissed off if I were her as well. But I liked that then she got an idea to steal the sign for her gift, which made sense. That kind of means something. Stealing a sign that something happened at that place or on the street that means something to her. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I liked that. But the whole time I was thinking, what the fuck are you doing? You're gonna get arrested. And that's when it hit me. That's why they got arrested. Because I don't know why it didn't hit them. I know they're drunk. They were really drunk. But actually, never mind what I was gonna say about that. Because I don't know what it's like to be drunk. So I'm probably not the best person to talk about that. Anyways. But I don't know why the guys they were a little drunk when they saw them, but they weren't as drunk as them. They had some common sense and knew what was going on. I don't know why they helped her or it didn't stop them. I know they tried, but then they helped them get it, and that just didn't make sense. You should know you're not supposed to do that. So I don't know. I mean, I know they were trying to have fun, and I was just happy Grace was having a good time her last night as a single woman. So I was really happy that they did that, and they had a great time. The strippers, of course, that was great. That whole scene when they were going back and forth from the game night and the bachelorette party of them dancing, having fun, that was so nice. I loved that. I just loved seeing Grace have fun with people her age and having friends her age. I loved seeing that. But I also loved seeing the guys together, the adults or the parents, Preach, D'Angelo, and Billy. I loved those scenes together because I don't think we've ever seen the three of them together. And if we have, it hasn't been much. So I'm really happy that happened and we got to see them talk, even though it was kind of boring at first, and I know Preach was not having a good time. I didn't care that they weren't doing like a lot. I was just happy that they were talking and had a scene together just because it made sense and they should. But I liked how they were just sitting around drinking, smoking, and just talking about shit and stuff. But what killed me was when Preach asked D'Angelo, how'd you know Grace was the one? And then Billy started just going on about stuff about Grace. I'm just like, boy, what the fuck? Stay in your lane. Because that killed me. I forgot they dated. I always forget they dated in high school and were a really strong couple. And I think people thought they were going to get married. I think that's what someone said, too, saw them together. Stuff. And so that, I don't know. Sometimes I think they're kind of trying to get Grace and Billy to end up together when they do stuff like that. But I think that might have been just for jokes because he was kind of drunk. But I just loved that whole scene with them, especially when D'Angelo started talking about how he knew Grace was the one, because that was so sweet. Grace deserves so much happiness in her life, and I'm so happy she found the one. And the way the guys started crying was really funny because we never see them show much emotion. I don't think. Honestly, I'm probably wrong. I know Billy has cried over something, I'm pretty sure. And I think Preach has as well, but we haven't seen it much. But it made it funnier that they were drunk so it wasn't that they were sober, and it was really, really emotional. They were drunk, and I just loved everything about that. I don't know why. I just like seeing the adults together. And of course, I love seeing they are adults now, but I love seeing the kids or whatever together because that game night was so good. I was obsessed with that. I don't know why. I was looking forward to it because I know like shit was gonna get spilled and like things were gonna come out, which I wasn't expecting as much to come out. I was expecting like a few things, but I was not expecting like Coop saying something about Spencer hooking up with that girl at the wedding shop, which was so fucked up, and I hate Coop even more now. Why would she say that? I don't care if she's like, my competitive side came out, blah, blah, blah. Who the fuck cares? You shouldn't do that. That's like so messed up. Especially when she's literally on your team, I think. I think Coop was on Liv's team. But like, why would she do that? It's just, Coop fucking sucks, man. I hate her so much now. I never really liked her. She was fine in season 1 and 2, I think, but eventually she went downhill. But just like everyone's face when she said that, she knew, I think she realized she messed up. Or maybe not, honestly, who the fuck knows? I don't think she realizes how stupid she is to say all that shit and not feel bad about it. I mean, I don't even know what I'm saying, to be honest. She deserves unhappiness. I'm sorry. I just hate Coop so much. And everyone felt so bad for Liv when like she said that. You could tell everyone's face, like they all froze, and Patience and Jordan looked like so serious, like what the fuck. And even Patience was telling Coop, like shaking her head at Coop or whatever, telling her no. I'm pretty sure they did that, because why would she say that? I'm so pissed off about that. I know a lot of people are, because it was just so stupid, and I don't know what Coop has against Liv. She was not the one who broke up with Spencer. Spencer broke up with her. So she's got to calm down a little bit. It's like she's in love with Spencer, which I know that's not it, because she is a lesbian, unless the writers forgot about that and changed it. But she's literally a lesbian, and she's acting like Spencer is hers. How she's getting so protective over Spencer. I just don't get it. Most of it. I get that she is his best friend, or Spencer is Coop's best friend. I get that, but that doesn't mean you should get pissed off at Liv 24/7 when she hasn't really done anything wrong. Yeah, her work, her article, that's kind of an issue. It's about Spencer's team. That's not great, but it's none of your business, so you need to back off. That's how I feel. Just Coop needs to calm down. And I know she tried to apologize to Spencer, and he was like, oh, it's fine. And he tried to make it about Patience as well, and saying how stuff about Patience, I don't really remember what she said, but it just upset me because Coop needs to just butt out of Spencer and Olivia, leave them alone, and just figure out her life choices, and just figures it out, because of course, she's trying to go into law school, I think. I'm pretty sure that was it. So she's got to figure that out before she gets into anybody's situations and tries to get into other people's relationships and tries to get involved in that. She needs to back away. Other than that, the game night was pretty good. It wasn't when Jordan said Liv would give up anything for that job. Like, I love Jordan so much. I love him. I really do. But that pissed me off so much. Like, why is everyone trying to make Liv the bad guy? In every episode, they're always doing something, especially Coop, to make Liv the bad guy. She didn't do anything. Like, of course, I said this, the article, that is kind of an issue. But still, I'm going to defend Liv till the day I die. I love her too much not to. And so I'm probably going to get really defensive if anyone else does anything stupid and say some shit to her. It just upsets me so much that Jordan said that, but it's fine. It wasn't as bad as what Coop said. And Liv does like her job, or she might not even like her job. She's just determined to finish it, I think. Who knows? But other than those two things, game night was great. I enjoyed all of them together. I wish Asher was there. I don't like him. I like him more than I used to. I still don't really like him, but I like his girlfriend, and I wanted her to be there as well, and I'm mad he wasn't. I'm happy they addressed it, though, because before they addressed it, I was kind of sitting there like, where the fuck is Asher? Like, why isn't he here? It didn't make sense. So I'm happy they brought that up. I'm really mad he missed the wedding. That would have been nice to see him there, because he is becoming a better person and a better character, I think, kind of, or I'm just liking him more. And so I would have liked to see him there. Sad he's not, but it's okay. But I loved Dylan in the game night, like being there and stuff, because, we haven't seen any of him this season, and oh my gosh, I can't talk. It upset me because, of course, Grace is getting married. I wish he was there for other episodes, but I'm happy he showed up for this one, and he was involved in game night and being the moderator. I loved when JJ did the threesome question, and Spencer blocked Dylan and kind of tried to get him away or whatever. I think he knows probably what that means, so it's probably not the end of the world. He's not that young, or he is pretty young, I think, but he's not as young as he used to be, so it's not awful. I'm happy he's not really young, and that would have been probably a disaster. But of course, with the game night, I also have to talk about Jordan, the question about who's most likely to send a corny text. Of course, it was Jordan, which I called that, but the way Layla said some of them are cute and almost blew it, and everyone looked at her like, what the fuck? What do you mean? What do you mean? And even Jordan kind of looked at her like, what are you doing? And then she covered it, but I'm so surprised no one's figured out about them. Well, okay, JJ I think kind of has, but at the end of the episode. But I'm surprised no one has over the last few episodes, because they are pretty bad at hiding it, especially Liv. And Patience, I'm surprised they haven't figured it out yet. But they probably will in the next 2 episodes, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I just think that they're gonna figure it out soon enough. Clearly, now that JJ knows, of course, because we found out at the end, JJ figured out who the pantsuit girl was, which is Layla. I don't know if he figured out it was Jordan with her, but I guess we're gonna figure out next episode, I think. Maybe. I know, well, JJ does know next episode. We do know that from the promo. But anyways, other than that, I'm going to get into Jordan and Layla in a bit. I'm just going to talk about a few more other things before I get into the ships, because a lot of things happened with the ships I need to talk about and probably cry about, because I'm still a little pissed off about some of the things that happened at the end of the episode, which I will talk about in a bit. But I kind of skipped over this, so I did want to bring it up, the family gathering dinner thing. I really liked that because we never really got to see the Baker family, not Baker family, James family, like a lot of them, even though we didn't really get to meet a lot of them. We just saw a big group of people. I thought it was cute that we got to see all of them bonding, like the D'Angelo's family, I almost said fan, and the James family. That was really cute, and I really enjoyed that whole thing. But it didn't go on for that long because, of course, most people did leave. Like, Grace left for the bachelorette party, or Laura and Denise took her for the bachelorette party. And then the guys left to go out and just drink and smoke. And then, of course, the game night as well. So it didn't go on for that long, and I'm kind of sad. But I was okay because we did get some good scenes in that. Of course, we got Coop and Patience talking about how Coop was taken off the case, which I think I talked about this in last episode. I get why she did that, but especially because Coop's got to think about the fact that she's not the best person to be in the case, not just because she's close with Preach. I almost forgot his name. But not only because of that, she also has done illegal stuff. She's been a part of a gang, and she hasn't gone to college yet. She doesn't have a degree. So it's probably the best that she's not involved, because I'm not 100% sure because I don't know a lot about this kind of stuff. I think you need a college degree to defend someone in court. I might be wrong, and maybe Coop wasn't gonna defend Preach. She was just gonna help with the case. But I think you do need a degree for that. Of course, I'm not 100% sure, and I don't really remember everything with that whole situation because it was a few episodes ago, and I literally do not care about anything related to Coop unless she's talking crap about my girl Liv. That's it. That's like the only time I'll pay attention because I want to kill her. And of course, before I get into the ships and that whole thing, which I'm gonna probably really talk about because of course, like I said, I'm really pissed off right now, we gotta talk about the wedding, because that I was really worried about when I heard it was this episode, because we knew there was going to be the bachelorette party, there was going to be a game night, and then there was also going to be the wedding. And I know I was worried, and I know a lot of other people were worried that it was going to be too much and it wasn't going to be a good episode, because that is a lot of things to be crammed into one episode. But it wasn't bad. I really did enjoy it, but that might just be me. The wedding was so nice. I was so happy about it, especially when Spencer asked Liv to help with getting the dress and helping his mom in the dress and everything. That made me so happy to see Grace and Liv together, because we don't get that many scenes of them. And of course, Spencer and Liv are going to get married in the future, so Grace is going to be Liv's mother-in-law, so they're going to need to have a few more scenes together, hopefully. But it made me so sad when Liv was talking about her wedding and she stopped before the wedding because, of course, she can only see herself marrying Spencer. It made me just so sad that she didn't say it. She couldn't say it, and she was emotional at the whole wedding. But I'm happy that Grace told her everything's gonna work out in the end, and it was good. But also what is that girl's name? Reese, I think her little sister's name is Reese. I completely blanked out for a second. When she came in and trying to talk to her, and Liv was going to leave, and Grace pulled her back and said no, and wanted her to stay. That made me happy that we got to see that. I don't know why. I just like seeing Grace and Liv scenes together and seeing them kind of be not close, but being future mother-in-law, It's just so cute. I love them. But that whole wedding, it was just so beautiful, and we got to see Spencer walk Grace down the aisle, which was so cute. I literally wanted to cry. I almost did cry the whole episode. I don't know why. I was an emotional wreck last night for some reason, and I'm not really sure why. But that just made me so happy. And then, of course, with the whole wedding, all I cared about was the Bolivia looks. And it made me sad because the looks are hit different this time. They're not like the other looks. And it makes me upset because I want them to be. But of course they're not, and it upsets me, and I want to cry. Spillavia is gonna kill me. They already have, but they're gonna keep doing it, probably each episode, until they get back together. So, I'm gonna be stuck here for a while. But of course, after the wedding, what's it called? I cannot think what it's called, because I've never been to an actual wedding. Reception, I think that's what it's called. Hopefully. If I'm wrong, please tell me. I'm so sorry. Like, I know nothing about weddings because I've never been to one, or I've been to one, but I haven't stayed. Like, I was really, really young when I went to one, and I did not stay. Or I stayed for, like, the ceremony, but then I left right after that because I think there were no kids allowed there. But anyways, that with, like, the dance and the Cupid shuffle, that was so cute. Spencer was really getting into it. That was 100% Daniel, though. You could tell that was him. Like, we never really see Spencer dance. We have, like, occasionally, and he's not that good, but you could tell that was Daniel. Like, we're just really getting into it. Everyone was doing a really good job. Like, I just love that whole scene of seeing everyone dancing together. That was so cute. And then, of course, the thing where I forgot what it's called. What is it called? That thing that D'Angelo took off of Grace and threw into the crowd, for all the single men. And it hit different that Spencer was up there. It really pissed me off that Spencer was up there. But, it's okay. I'm going to have to get used to single Spencer. Sadly, I don't want to, but I'm going to have to. But I'm so happy Preach went up there because I would like him to find a guy, because I would like him to be happy. I don't like him that much, but I want most of the people on the show to be happy, and I think he would be happy with a girl, maybe, who knows. I mean, he has his daughter, so I might be wrong, and he might just need her. But I like how he went up, and he said he wasn't going to try, and he was just going to hope, like, it gets to him, and he, like, knocked Spencer over, which that was great. I mean, I enjoyed that whole thing because, I mean, do what you gotta do, but Spencer looked so offended when he, like, knocked him down, and the way Jordan was trying to help him, like Jordan was, like, bending down to catch him, was great. I mean, that whole scene was just everything, but especially the bouquet toss with all the girls. In the way Patience really wanted that, and I don't blame her. I mean, I would try to get it too if I was at a wedding and they did a bouquet toss. I mean, I would try to grab the bouquet. Like, come on. I think I would like to be in a relationship, but of course that's not going to happen for a while. But the way Grace gave it to Denise made me want to cry. Like, that was so sweet. I love Denise so much. I was kind of hesitant about her in season 3. Just, I don't know why. Just because she was trying to get with Billy. I think that was it. But I don't know. I love her so much. She's just such a good friend, and that was so sweet. And I get Grace's sister was upset that she got it, but again, she needs to think about the fact that she wasn't there. So of course she's going to do it to, like, her best friend who has been there for her so much. But, they did make up after her speech, which was a really sweet speech, and I really did enjoy it. But Spencer and Dylan's speech literally made me want to cry, just because I was emotional for some reason, but also just because it was so sweet, and Grace was crying, and it just makes me so happy that she has them, and they're just such good sons, and they care about her so much. It made me, like, so happy and sad at the same time. And then Denise's speech, I don't remember, like, half of it because so much was going on, and I was just like, I couldn't think straight. I was just all over the place. But all I remember is when she was saying how she remembers Grace when she was 4, and that was it. But I'm pretty sure it was a good speech. I don't know. I love Denise, so I'm going to pretend like it was the best speech of all time. It was great. I mean, it was perfection. Of course, obviously. Of course, with the wedding, we got to talk about the dance at the end of everyone dancing. And I'm not going to touch on Jordan or Jordala and Spillavia yet, because I'm going to talk about them very soon in just a little bit. But of course, with the dancing, or like, first of all, Patience singing while D'Angelo and Grace were dancing was gorgeous. I love her voice. It's so fucking pretty. But then also Patience and Coop dancing together. I really hope they're not trying to get them back together. I kind of think they are from how many scenes they're having. And it makes me so upset because I don't want them together. I want Patience to be happy. And she deserves so much better than Coop. And I feel bad for saying that because I used to really, really ship them. But then Coop just became a bitch and I fucking hate her. Or she didn't become a... Well, yeah, she became a bitch because she's always, like, awful to live. But she also just got herself into so much shit. And I've been saying this in each episode, I think, that I don't want them back together. I want them to, like, move on. And I'm pretty sure Coop has a girlfriend. So I'm not sure why that whole thing is going on. Maybe they're not sending them back to get back together. And I really hope they're not. I would like them to just be friends. And the dance scene was kind of cute, like, as friends. Nothing more. And also Patience looked stunning. So, I mean, I don't blame Coop. Come on, I would want her too. I do want her. I would date Patience. Like, come on. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about Jordala and Spolivia. First, I'm going to talk about Jordala, and then I'm going to get into Spolivia, which I have quite a bit to say about each thing. First of all, Jordan and Layla making out in Layla's room when the family was downstairs and Liv was upstairs getting ready was insane. Like, they were going at it. Like, she was sitting on him and I was, like, screaming. I think I did scream. I usually, like, silently scream while I watch shows, but I accidentally let out a shriek or something. I'm not really sure what it was because it sounded really bad because my throat is sore, so I'm not really sure what it was, but I was freaking out. I was dying. I think I couldn't contain myself. I was getting so excited because I did think that was the only, like, kissing scene we got, and I was gonna be okay with that because they were going at it, and it was, like, so good, and I was getting so excited. But of course, you know, Liv came in, and which I was okay with because I love Layla and Olivia's friendship, so I'm excited. But it was so funny how she shoved him in the bathroom, and, like, you know, Liv was getting ready and she was helping her, and then, like, Liv telling her that her lipstick was smudged or a little smudged, which, I mean, of course, I'm happy she's not figuring it out yet because I like them sneaking around and I think it's really cute. But of course, you know, Layla said she kind of wanted to take things a little slow, which I completely understand. You know, I want them to be together, of course, and they are now. But in that moment, of course, I wanted them together and to be official, but I also don't want Layla to be nervous, and I just want Layla to be happy and comfortable. So, of course, I'm fine with them. I was fine with them taking their time, even though, of course, I wanted them together. I know it didn't last long, so it's fine. But I'm happy Jordan was super understanding and just wants her to be happy and, you know, just wants to eventually get there and to be official. It made me happy. So I was okay with that. And of course, when they left and Jordan was trying to pretend like he just came in, that man, it looked like he got pushed down the stairs the way he was, like, flying down. Like, I was, like, laughing so hard because it looked like someone, like, pushed him and he was trying to catch his balance for, like, or he jumped, like, down, like, half the stairs. I'm surprised he didn't fall. I'm also surprised that no one noticed him. I don't think anyone, maybe somebody did, they just didn't say anything. But it looked like he could have fallen. I'm surprised he didn't, like, knowing him. But, I mean, they pulled it off really well. I'm so surprised no one, like, figured out he was upstairs with Layla. I mean, maybe no one would have figured it out if he was upstairs that he was with Layla. I mean, who knows? I mean, some of them might figure it out because they're not being that good at hiding things. Clearly, from when she was talking to that guy, I forgot who it was, but she was talking to that guy, and Jordan was, like, touching her hair, like, behind her, and he tried to kiss her, or he was, like, touching her hair and tried to kiss her when JJ came around and, you know, Layla stopped him and, like, pushed him and stuff. Like, they're not being good at secretive, and also this man does not know what slowing down means. I get he just wants to be with her, and I don't blame him, but like they just talked about slowing down, and he's literally trying to make out with her when the family is literally all right there and their friends are there, like everyone's there, so they kind of probably needed to be a bit more careful. But I'm okay with it. I don't care if they find out. I mean, I want them to take their time and tell people when they're ready, but of course that is not going to happen now that JJ knows. I think by the 6th episode everyone's gonna know. I'm pretty sure they're gonna find out in that episode, but it's okay. But of course, then at the wedding, they were holding hands during the ceremony, which like I was so happy, and they were sitting next to each other too. And then of course they were dancing together, and they tried to make it not look obvious because JJ was trying to figure out who the pantsuit girl was, which of course he figured it out. But they were talking about slowing down, and happy they said to slow down. And then it showed them hooking after they hooked up and had sex. I'm just like, okay, so I'm guessing the slowing down is not working out for them. I mean, clearly. But I'm okay with it, and I'm happy Layla is ready to be like a boyfriend and girlfriend, but not tell everyone yet and kind of keep it between them. I'm so happy because I've been wanting this for such a long time. So I'm just so happy they're together now. And I do like that they're not, or of course, like I said, people are going to find out pretty soon now. But I'm happy she said she wanted to keep it like private and just between them, because I always like when couples do that. I think it's super cute, but of course that's not gonna last long. But I'm okay with it as long as it doesn't affect their relationship. I'm kind of worried, but I think it'll be fine. Hopefully, I don't know. But it was so cute, and then Jordan getting all happy and then kissing her again. It was so good. Jordala's shippers got fed last night. It was so good. And it's just so exciting. They seem so happy too, and it like made me want to cry and scream at the same time. I'm like just dying inside. They're really pushing me over the edge. I did not expect to get to this level with my love for Jordan and Layla. I've been shipping them for quite a long time, but I never thought I would be on this level and get like so excited each time I see them on screen. It's like not okay, and it's like it's insane. And I'm kind of worried about how it's going to work out with them, just because like how everyone's going to react. I think most people will be fine with it. I'm just a bit concerned, but it's okay. We're going to enjoy it while we can and get to that later. Okay, now we get to Spilivia, which I've been dreading talking about this because I'm so emotional about them. They're one of my favorite chips of all time, so it really hurts me, like, how they ended it, but I don't care. They served this episode. They were so good until the end, and then I got upset. But the way that Liv dressed in that dress to kind of show him, like, what he's missing out on, and I mean, it was working. She knew when she walked over to him, and he was, like, looking at her, and how she was, like, trying to play it off, like, saying, oh, this old thing, and he was like, oh, everything looks good on you. I wanted to die, like, jump off a cliff. Like, I'm so serious. They make me so lonely. They make me feel so lonely and bad about my love life, but I still absolutely adore them more than anything. It's insane. I don't know why they do this to me. The rush they give me is insane. Like, I haven't felt like this with a ship in such a long time, because most of my favorite ships either are in shows that have ended or are on a break right now. So, or aren't even together. So, they are really putting me through it, and I'm okay with it. Of course, the game night with Spilivia didn't go that well. They kept, like, looking at each other throughout the game night, especially when Spencer was texting, and I think Liv knew it was, like, he was talking to some girl or something, and he was, like, saying how he had to leave, or he had somewhere to be, and she kind of looked, like, sad. I was so upset because, of course, I just want her happy, and I know, like, they're miserable without each other, and I need them to get back together, but, it's okay. They're really not helping my mental state right now. They're really not wanting me to be happy, but, like, I was still living for them because I do like summings. I do, and so I do enjoy it, but then also there's a point that I don't, and right now it's the point I don't, because I just want them back together, but it's okay, So it's fine because, of course, when Liv went back to the house after she found out about the girl at the wedding shop, and Spencer went back, and, like, I'm gonna die talking about this because I'm still not over it. Like, I was screaming into my pillow because I was, like, dying, and I didn't want people to think something was wrong, so, like, I had to do it silently so no one heard me. But the way she was talking to him, and she was like, oh, I didn't think you would be moving on so fast, and how he's like, oh, I haven't moved on and all that, which is true. He kind of has, kind of hasn't, but and then she was like, oh, sorry, and she walked away, and then he grabbed her, and of course we saw that in the promo, but, like, it gave me a rush seeing it, just, like, actually, and, like, seeing it, like, the whole thing, and how he kept telling her, like, he told her again how he hasn't moved on, and then they, of course, kissed, or really went at it. Like, damn, that was insane. And how he picked her up, which I was so happy about that, because I know people were talking about on Twitter. I saw a tweet, and I'm literally going to find out who said it, and I'll put it in the comment section, but someone tweeted that I follow, saying that I hope tonight Liv ends up on the counter or something. I think that's what they said, or something like that. I'll find it. But I mean, I was hoping that too, because that would have been insane, and that actually happened, so I was, like, screaming when he picked her up and put her there. I mean, they were going at it. I was like, damn, this was probably my new favorite Spilivia scene, like, to be honest. Like, it was insane. Like, they were really going at it, and I'm mad we couldn't see, like, everything. I'm sad that we just showed, like, their faces, which, of course, I get it, but still, I wanted to see, like, the whole thing. I wanted to get the experience. But, it's okay. I mean, we got the makeout. We didn't really get to see them, like, go upstairs and everything, but it's fine. We got, like, the makeout. Then saw them after, of course, when he was asking her to help with his mom, and she was like, oh, yeah, anything, or she said something. I forgot exactly what she said, and he, like, looked at her like, oh my gosh, like, and it made me want to die. Jeez. And, of course, with the wedding, them looking at each other, and I did already say that, it made me want to die, because it just hits different because they're not together anymore. And I know they weren't even together in the first ones, but now it hits even more that they're broken up. And then, okay, now this is the worst part about this, and this what pissed me off so much, even though I get it. I get why Liv did this. I do. But it upset me when he, like, went over to talk to her, and I was so excited because I thought they were going to dance, even though I knew they weren't going to get back together yet. I thought they were going to dance and, like, talk about it. And of course they did, but when she said it was closure to him and how they can move on without any what ifs, his face broke my heart when she said that, both of them, because he was about to cry in front of, like, a big group of people, and that just made me want to cry too. Like, I get why she did that, because, I mean, he broke up with her, and he broke her heart and stuff, so I get, like, she's trying to do that, I guess. I don't know. It just pissed me off so much that that happened, even though I do get why Liv did it. It just upset me, and they both looked like they wanted to cry in front of everyone, which was not great. It was not a great ending for Spilivia shippers for this episode, because it was such a good episode for us, and we got so much, and then, of course, we got that, which upset me, but it's okay. They're gonna come back eventually stronger than ever, and it's gonna be fine. We're gonna make it through. We're going to. It's gonna take a bit, but we're going to make it through. Okay, so now, because I think I talked about everything I wanted to with the episode. I might have forgotten something. If I did, please let me know. I'm sorry. I'm, like, so out of it today, and I don't know why. I'm just a mess. But now with the promo and my theories for next episode, of course, I never have theories, but we know that JJ's gonna find out, and he's gonna try not to tell people, and I think he probably will tell someone by the end, and everyone's gonna know in episode 6, which I'm okay with, but then I'm also kind of worried how, like I said, this how they're gonna react, but I'm okay with them finding out, kind of, because I want Jordan and Layla to be able to be a couple in front of people. I think that would be so cute, but I like them hiding it. It's fine. I'll be okay because I saw them kiss in the promo, so I'm happy. But, of course, we're not going to get Spilivia, I don't think, next episode. We might, but we might not. I'm not sure. I don't know if we will. of course, clearly I watched the show live, so I know nothing. But I'm just a bit worried about the next few episodes, because I think I heard somewhere that the mid-season finale is gonna air this month, so we don't have a lot of time, which I kind of hope it airs in December so we have a bit more. But then I heard also it's gonna come back in early January, so we might be fine. I don't know. But my theories for, not next episode, just for like upcoming things, I've been saying this for a long time, but now I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing this theory back. Now that they hooked up, Liv's gonna find out she's pregnant in the mid-season finale. I think some people are saying it's gonna happen in the season finale, but I think it will in the mid-season, just because the season finale is too far off, and it wouldn't make sense if she found out then, because it'll probably be like a few months, like it'll be a few months since they hooked up, and so of course she would know by then, I think. So maybe, who the fuck knows, but I do think she'll figure out she's pregnant in the mid-season finale, which I'm here for. I do kind of want that. I always hope there's like a pregnancy scare with ships, because I feel like that would be so cool and interesting, but that might just be me, and I don't know why I want that. I just want us to be a baby in the future. And if that's get them to talk about the relationship, I'm okay with it. But then I also don't want the only reason for them to be together or get back together so soon is because of the baby. I want them to get back together on their own time. So, even though it's going to take a very long time, I just want them to get back together when they're ready. But that is the end of this episode. I'm so sorry that this was like chaotic as fuck. I am a mess today. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm just like, I'm not feeling the best again, which is like, happens every week for me. I'm like, always feel sick, but like my throat is sore. I'm like literally a mess. So I'm so sorry this was chaotic. Hopefully next episode won't be, but I can't guarantee anything because I'm just very chaotic when it comes to shit. So yeah. But thank you so much for listening. My next episode should be out pretty soon. I'm going to try to get caught up with All American Homecoming so I can do them weekly with these episodes for All American. So I'm working on that, and then I have few other ones planned in the future. Or no, I have one thing planned, but I don't know when that's going to come out. Hopefully soon. I just can't guarantee it. I don't know. I have a lot of stuff going on, so I'm not 100% sure when some other ones will be out, but I'm working on getting more up and not just one a week. Hopefully. I'm trying to get that to happen. But again, thank you guys so much for listening. Sorry this was chaotic as fuck. And of course, I do want to say that if you are old enough to vote, because today is voting day, please vote. But again, thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you have a great day or a great night, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.